Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Saggy, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for April 27th to May the 3rd. This week we have the beautiful Dance with Life Oracle card. We have Durga behind that. We have the Hanged Man. We also have the Dancer of the World. We have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, Page of Cups and the Fool. So what I'm seeing here, Saggy, is big endings and big beginnings. The World and the Fool, you know, the perfect bookends of a reading. Dancing into a new chapter of your life. It's really time to free yourself, to liberate yourself, you know, to invest your time and energy elsewhere. You know, and it might actually require you to see things from a different perspective. But, you know, we have some very unexpected changes on the horizon here for you if you can allow that to happen. So I'm going to go to the Oracle cards first. So we've got Durga. Now Durga is the goddess of strength and protection. So it's really saying that you have the strength with you to overcome any challenges you might face this week, or to bring the situation to a completion. Maybe it's having the strength and courage to acknowledge that a situation is final and chapter is complete, and maybe, you know, doing what you need to do to really initiate this new beginning. And then we have Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. So yeah, that's really tying in here to the Hanged Man in the World. It's saying that maybe you need to shift your energy, and by shifting your energy, you then start to attract and magnetize different situations to yourself. And you know, it's like the universe is in a state of flow and flowing with our energy. So, you know, we kind of get back what we put out. So it's about getting back into the flow of life. You know, sometimes I really feel with this Eight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, maybe you guys have been feeling a bit out of flow with the universe for a while. What I mean by that, because somebody did leave a comment in the past and say that they didn't understand that concept or that it was rubbish, but you know what I mean, where things just don't seem to go right in your life, and it's almost like you're swimming upstream or you're pushing against the grain. Nothing seems to work. You're met with adverse circumstances or bad luck over and over again. And then there's other times of your life where you feel good, your energy is high, you're living high vibe, everything seems to fall into place, you're manifesting, you've got abundance around you. That's what I mean. And I do believe that when we stay in situations too long that we're supposed to release, when we are maybe keeping connected to denser energies, that's when we can start attracting those circumstances that, you know, that don't feel so good for us. So when we're getting back into the dance of life, we are continuously, you know, releasing what needs to be released, doing the work on ourselves so we raise our vibration, so we become magnetic for what we want. It's an ongoing process. That's what I mean by that. And I really feel that that's a key message for you this week, Sagittarius. So recent past, we have the Eight of Swords and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you've gone as far as you can in a situation, and that's why we have this really huge cyclic completion with the World coming up. So the Eight of Swords, you know, shows somebody who might feel a little bit stuck, a little bit stagnant, because you've gone as far as you can. I think you've put in as much hard work and effort, blood, sweat, tears, energy. You know, you've tried it all, or you've really persevered, you've hung in there. You know, you've built the situation up to have a certain amount of success. But there's just a feeling here of just not getting the return that you desired. So as a general reading, guys, you'll know what it is for you. Obviously, you know, the big areas of our lives, it could be in a relationship, could be in your career, whatever it is, it hasn't delivered in the way that you had hoped. And there's a sense of disappointment and a sense of apathy and a sense of, you know, where you've put all this hard work and you haven't really got much back, and what now? And sometimes when we stay in that state of, you know, kind of, you've had that realization, but you don't know what to do, it can really, you know, make you feel trapped. That's what I'm seeing here. And when we're trapped and we start sort of getting into that self-perpetuating thought cycle, we start overthinking, overanalyzing, and maybe getting into it, even, you know, there's levels that can be even anxieties and feeling a bit hard done by, victim mentality, maybe affecting our self-confidence. You know, that's when, you know, that's when our intuition shuts down, because we get all caught up in the head. And that's why this person, you know, they're bound around the third eye, the heart, the gut, all the intuitive centers. So we really want you to release yourself, to open up. And that's a big part of getting back into the flow of life, is reconnecting with your higher self, and allowing that, that heart intuition to guide you. There is a free pathway out here, but this person can't see it because they're not tuned in, they're not connected, they're not in the dance of life. So it's about releasing what needs to be released. After you've, obviously I think you've already had that realization. All right, so powerful combo here for your focus energies this week. Hanged Man and the World. So bringing this to a completion, or acknowledging that there is a massive chapter closing in your life, Saggy, might require you to flip things on its head, to see things from a new perspective, to understand that sometimes the things that have let us down in our lives or haven't given back what we wanted are a gift, because it means that you can get to close that chapter and get on to heading somewhere far better for you. The Hanged Man is kind of waiting for that sense of enlightenment, that aha moment, the knowledge, hanging from that tree of knowledge, waiting to gather the wisdom and information he needs to move forward, to free himself. Again, we have this indicator of, releasing the binds, the shackles. And, you might spend some time this week, reflecting on the situation. Try to see the situation from multiple perspectives, but you'll kind of know where you sort of get to that moment of acceptance. And it's arriving at that moment of acceptance, that's when you can truly move on. They do talk about dying the death of the Hanged Man, which is really about moving through that traditional grief process from, I think it's denial, bartering, depression, anger and sadness, through to acceptance. It's only when we accept that we start to surrender. And when we start to surrender, that's when we can, we start releasing, and we really can move into the world energy. I mean, the world energy is probably the greatest card of victory in the tarot. It's the last card in the deck, because it really says that, what the Magician, which is the first card, set out to manifest, materialize into this material realm, has completed. So at one stage, this relationship, this job, whatever it is that you put all this time and energy into, might have been something that you'd hoped for. And that's because you probably needed to get some key learning or clear some karma or something like that. But that's complete now. And, this is really a metaphor, this double dancer analogy we've got here, for you to now flow effortlessly through the Saturnian hoop into the next chapter of your life. We have to be ready to do that. It's when we kind of resist, that's when we get stuck. It's when we become stagnant. That's when we become shackled by a situation. So you're really being asked to surrender, to accept, and to move forward. And the World card, it says that you've arrived. Whatever karmic contract or lesson that needed to be learned from the situation has been complete, and you don't need to stay in it for any longer. Because look what is coming for you. We have the Page of Cups and the Fool. So the perfect sliding door here. Saggy, the Fool, as you know, can slot in at any time along the tarot journey. It is a new beginning that asks you to trust and take a leap of faith, to walk a new path, even though you don't know where it's headed, what the destination is going to be. But it's about instinctually feeling into it and, taking that little risk anyway. With the Page of Cups here, what I love about the Page of Cups is that it kind of stands for expect the unexpected. We've got a fish jumping out of a cup here. It's about, sometimes life surprises us. Sometimes we end up walking the path we never expected to walk. But in order to take the first step on it or see the path in the first place, we had to release ourselves. We had to cross a threshold. So the Page of Cups can be, synchronicity, an unexpected encounter, something that happens to get you on this path. It could also be an interaction with a younger water sign, so Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or even a child as well, that might kind of spark something in you. It might be something they say, they call to your attention. Yeah, and also the Page of Cups is a very playful, young energy, as with the Fool. So I really feel like you're going to have the sense of being young again, being reborn, connecting with your rebel heart. which for me now means living in alignment and, you know, going on this journey because you know that you're going to be far happier because you're going to be shining in your own light. So, you know, that's the energy here. It's a strong new beginning, and it's about trusting your instincts to keep a sure footing. We've got the link to the sun energy here. It's a sense of divine guidance. Guidance is on your, you know, on your side this week to lead you into this. So beautiful energy, Saggy. I'm really excited to see what this new beginning is for you. To close out the reading, I'm just going to pull a couple of keywords from this little deck here. Gentleness. This is coming out all the time at the moment. So be gentle on yourself. Also be gentle on others if you are having any conversations with them about this moving on or leaving a partner or leaving a job or whatever it is. Just, you know, with ease and grace this week. We have sincerity and care. Well, I mean, care for me is really linking into that gentleness, so definitely asked to take more self-care this week. And sincerity, you know, just making sure that you are sincere and honest and have integrity in your interactions. This is a time to, you know, lead from the heart and to really be clear so that, you know, you can set yourself on the right path for you. So definitely opening up and having honest, open communications this week. Okay, Saggy, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the reading. It's very exciting. Feel free to leave me a comment because I always love to know if it resonates. Just keeping in mind it won't be everyone's reading. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.